everybody, and welcome to our second season, 6th episode, which makes it our 26th episode of Healthy Living with Marilyn. I want to welcome everybody this evening to my den. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching Facebook, thank you so much. Please share this with your friends, your family. If you're watching YouTube and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've got 78 subscribers. I want to get 100 by the end of this month. That is my goal. So please go to my YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Marilyn Living, and subscribe. I would really love if you would do that. One of the things I'm going to do right now is take my glasses off because I don't want glare. So we're not doing glare right now. Okay. And when I need to put them back on, I'll put them back on because I can't read without them. But we have a great show scheduled for you tonight. And as you can see, my co-host is different tonight. She's my bestest friend, Judy Richards. She's also my business partner. And we do a retreat called Creating the Amazing You, which also starts tomorrow evening. October 13th, all day the 14th, and the Sunday the 15th in the morning. If you haven't signed up and you want to come, there are still some spots available. Just get in touch with me either through Facebook or send me an email at toppriorityllc@gmail.com. Or give me a call at 804-350-0034. I put my phone number out there before, so it's no big deal.
You're right.
So it's going to be a great retreat to help a lot of people discover themselves. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight is recapturing your health in a busy world. We all live in a very busy world.
Exactly.
And I want to welcome my wonderful guest and great friend, Katie Zacherle, who has a new business called Authentic Wellness, because she is very authentic and she's big into wellness. She used to be a banker, but she had a baby and she decided to be a mom for a little bit. And now she's getting back into wellness because you are finding that it's not that easy to be a new mom and to stay well at the same time.
No, it is not. And I think that's something that we miss in society today. There's so much pressure for a new mom to immediately get back her health, her body, and to be out in the community right away. I have friends who were back at work sooner than 6 weeks and were trying to fit into their original skinny jeans. That's a lot of pressure, and it's hard to meet. I myself felt after I had my daughter that maybe I would never be okay again. I was so depleted energy-wise, and I found myself not really feeling very healthy. I would go to try to work out after having her. We were just a few months in, and I would have to cut the DVD off halfway through, put my weights down, and lay on the couch. I just wasn't myself, and I was worried I never would be again. So I took a real leap into wellness. I started analyzing my diet and my nutrition, and I found wonderful vitamin supplements, honestly, that gave me that energy back that I was missing. It took 3 days to notice a difference. And within a week, I was not needing to go to bed when the baby went to bed. And at the end of 30 days, my husband looked at me and said, "Wow, you're back." So I wanted to share with the world this option that you don't have to be stuck in that rut, in that feeling of tired and ick, always chasing your child around, exhausted. You can get your old life back. You can get your old energy back.
But you have to love yourself.
Yes.
We talk about loving ourselves. I've talked about it before. You're with yourself all the time. You can't get rid of yourself, okay?
That's one way to put it.
Just like you're wherever you are, there you go.
Exactly.
So you have to take care of yourself. Learn to love yourself. Learn to love the bumps and the little fat places you have, and because they're yours and they go with you wherever you go.
Exactly.
And
I think if you embrace them, then you really are coming from a place that's very authentic, and that you project that out into the world, that, you know, you're comfortable in your skin, you're okay with the way that you look, but also it puts you in a place that if you want to make the changes, if you want to, like you were saying, you were feeling exhausted and tired after your daughter was born, well, then you can start working on that from a good place.
Yes.
Instead of from a place of feeling like there's something wrong with you.
Right.
And so that really is a much better foundation to come from. It's like a place of improvement, or like you were saying, recapturing.
Right.
Exactly.
When I was talking to Katie a couple days ago, I was like, so what are we going to call this show? Because we like to have catchy titles, not just Healthy Living with Marilyn, and to help people and to enlighten them that there's other avenues out there. There's a lot of other avenues out there, and how to take care of yourself. But you have to remember, you have to put yourself first. And we were brainstorming different titles, and she said, well, how about Recapture Your Health in a Busy World? We all live in a busy world. It's just life right now. When Judy and I were kids, it wasn't that busy. And even when you were a child, it wasn't that busy. But now it's like Zoom. It's very, very busy. Everything is internet. Everything is, you know, click, point, and click, and
instantly respond to your emails and your
Exactly.
I mean, you have a phone.
Technology has done that to us.
You
it's
have
always
a phone.
faster, faster, faster.
Yeah, you have a phone, and it's just instantaneous. And you think, and your phone is not just a phone, it's a computer.
It is.
So that makes it even more difficult, and sometimes more convenient, but sometimes not more convenient. So,
well, and it enables us and enhances that need to get a quick answer right now.
Right then.
The patience,
Instant.
yes, is
Instant gratification.
Instant gratification.
That's a great point.
and it's hard to have that kind of expectation for yourself in your life.
Right.
You know, that you have a goal, you have a desire, and you want that instant result. And often, as I'm sure we'll discover tonight, there are no instant results.
No.
And I've tried the instant results. I probably have been the queen of diets. And so, yes, did I get the weight off? Yes, I did. How long did it last?
Right.
Not very long. And then when I gained the weight back, I gained even more weight.
Yep.
So that instant satisfaction just doesn't work.
Actually, diets don't work. And the first 3 letters in the word diet are die, and I'm not going to die doing this.
I felt like I was when I was dieting.
And, you know, I felt really good, but I'm better at dieting. I'm a terrible maintainer. And that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm not working on maintaining. I'm working on taking the weight off. I'm working on better eating habits.
Exactly.
I'm working on what I'm putting in my mouth, which is so important. I don't count calories, because a lot of times they say, well, if you eat this product, it's so many calories on a 2,000 calorie diet. Well, I don't want to be on a 2,000 calorie diet. So what is the caloric intake if you're only eating 1,500 calories or 1,200 calories? Well, I don't do math, so I don't do that. If my clothes fit better, I'm happy.
Amen, sister.
You know, I am happy.
If I feel better.
If I feel better.
If I have more energy. Yeah.
More energy. I was talking to Katie a couple days ago, and I called her up because I had hit blowout. I was supposed to go over and see Judy, and it's like I called Judy, I couldn't do anything. I was sitting here, I was just totally exhausted. Moving was an effort.
Yeah.
You know, and I gave the day, you know, I had a great day, but then when I came home and sat down, that was it. That was all she wrote. So the next day, and my intuition said, you didn't take your vitamins. You have not been taking your vitamins. And so I texted Katie and I said, you know, Katie, I started taking my vitamins again. You know, I started taking the alfalfa, which is great with the peppermint in it. And it's so important to make sure that you take vitamins that are nutritious for you. There's some vitamins out on the market that they go in as a vitamin, they come out as a vitamin. And you're not processing them, you're not absorbing them. basically you're wasting your money on them. And
Or
they
they
come out
don't.
that way.
They aren't what they say they are.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. And you also have to look at the additives that they put in all supplements. Because a lot of
Exactly.
times they put a lot of different things in supplements that don't need to be there. So you have to watch that too when you're taking supplements, and that's helping with your health because you don't want all those other additives in there. You know, I've been looking, I did a lot of work today on my own self I did more meditation today than I have done in a while because I'm worth it. You know, and I really wanted to do something for myself. And one of the things that I wrote down was I give permission to trust my heart and follow my truth.
Oh, that's great.
And I think that is so important to for your health, to give yourself permission to trust yourself
Yes.
and to trust what you're doing. Even if, I mean, a couple nights ago you had some gelato, okay? So I fix it the next day. but-
Exactly. And I hope you enjoyed that gelato.
I did.
Good.
I did because it
And
was
don't feel
worth
guilty
every
about it.
single calorie.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's the way I look at it.
I don't follow the mantra everything in moderation.
No, I don't
But
either.
you have to allow yourself some indulgences.
Right.
Every
Just
once in a while.
be conscious
Of
of
what, don't do
how
it
you
every day, several
accommodate
times a
that.
day. Yeah.
And make allowances for it in the way you prepare your meals and whatnot going forward.
Yeah.
I wanted to offer a comment on vitamins. I was reading some interesting studies about the importance of making sure the vitamins you take are comprised of whole foods,
Right.
actual real foods. Because the vitamin supplements are moderately, if at all, regulated. So a simple test you can do in your home. If you have a vitamin that you're taking on a daily basis, stick it in the oven. Cook it for a little while.
At what temperature?
I guess 350, 400.
Really?
You know, an actual, some
So
like
it
you would
does
cook something.
Any
Yeah.
other food.
Yes.
You want to cook
And-
it like it's food.
Absolutely. And something comprised of whole foods, of real foods, is going to puff up like bread. Whereas if you buy probably one of the not over the counter, off the shelf vitamins from a store, they turn black. And
I
just-
thought that was interesting.
That is interesting. Now I'm going to go home and cook all my
Absolutely.
vitamins.
Another fun one, you can stick the vitamins in a cup of apple cider vinegar because it's similar to stomach acid, and you'll see exactly what happens to that pill inside your stomach. And some of them don't dissolve after an hour, and that's about how long you should test. So set them in for an hour.
That's
really-
interesting.
I'd love to hear
Yeah.
your results, by the way.
Yeah, try that, friends. I would prefer to use the apple cider vinegar because I want to see how it
Interacts with my
and
body.
how it metamorphosizes in the apple cider vinegar itself.
Exactly.
Because if it really starts dissolving, it's like, ooh, this is a good one. And you've got to make sure that you're absorbing them.
Absolutely.
You know, people say we are what we eat. No, actually, we are what we absorb. And your digestion starts in the mouth. It does not
Yes.
start in your stomach. It starts when you start chewing your food. And a lot of my professors said you have to chew your food until it turns into cake batter. And one of my professors said you have to chew your food until it's like liquid. It's like, I'll be chewing forever. I'll
Yes.
never have another bite. It'll be like
you
a
wouldn't
one-bite
have a
dinner
meal
and then-
conversation.
It'll be like a one-bite dinner and that's it, you know, really. So, but be mindful. And they also say don't drink liquids when you are eating.
Isn't that amazing?
Because, yes, it is. And I've known about this for years and I still struggle with it. Although tonight, I didn't have anything to drink with my meal.
Bravo.
Well, I thought that was pretty good.
That is good. Usually I have to take one or two sips, during a meal. I don't think I've gone an entire meal without drinking anything.
I did tonight.
You did?
I
That's
did.
great.
I did. So, because I drank some water before, and they say if you drink water before, like an 8-ounce glass of water before, it helps fill you up.
Yes.
So you're not eating as much. And then, my
Exactly.
mother used to say, well, your eyes are bigger than your stomach, which means you put too much food on your plate and you can't finish it.
That's been a lifetime of issue for me.
Has that?
That is.
And sweets. Oh, I'll skip an
portions.
entire meal just to eat the dessert. Obviously not anymore, but I have to fight that can't have any of it in my house at all. I will
Yeah.
find it. I have, if I have the ingredients to make something that's sweet, I will do it.
You will
So
do
I
it,
just can't
yeah.
buy any of it.
My downfall is ice cream. It used to
Oh.
be bread, but I don't eat bread anymore.
It's pastries
So
with
mine
cherries on top.
Well, you know, for me, ice cream is like eat it today, wear it tomorrow. So I'm very careful. I rather eat the gelato because it has less milk in it. And some of them don't have milk in them. They use almond milk or something. And
Yeah.
my body can stomach that because I'm lactose intolerant. And when you're lactose intolerant, you can set your clock to if you've eaten ice cream, 20 minutes later, boom.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. So you have to be careful. Helping recapturing your health, make sure you have a positive mindset.
Yes.
A positive mindset is so utterly important. You've got to be positive, and you've got to get in the mindset. You've got to get in the mindset to take care of yourself. You've got to get in the mindset to
Yes.
have more of a schedule. Like in the morning, when I get up in the morning, and sometimes I run out of sleep, I meditate. The first thing I do in the morning is meditate, and then I journal, and then I'll do something else. Like I'll try to do some yoga stretches or something. And I'm trying to do the same thing every day for 1 week, as far as the third thing I do after the meditation and the journal, and then the next week I'll switch to something else. So I've been trying to do that, and I tell you, it has really helped keep me more on an even keel. I don't feel as stressed.
You
I
feel like you're
really
in
don't.
control.
I'm in control. Like, not quite 2 weeks ago, I got rear-ended. And normally I probably would have been a little bit more upset than what I was. I mean, I was upset because I wasn't feeling good. You know, my neck was hurting me and my back. But it helped keep me less stressed and on an even keel, because that morning I had done maybe 20-25 minutes of meditation, so that was really good, and it was helpful. Do things that are helpful for you. Take a walk. If you don't have time to exercise, I've always told people, you have errands to run, park out in left field and walk to the store. Don't look for the first the first parking spot. It's not there. You're not going to find it.
No.
It doesn't exist. So why spend 10 minutes looking for a parking spot when you can go park and walk? So, because by the time you're spending time looking for the parking spot, you could already be in the store.
Exactly.
Because remember, time you can't get back. It does not come back. You know?
Yes.
So that's a very important thing to remember. One of the things I wanted to talk about was we have some sponsors here, and one of our sponsors is Lisa Hazelgrove from Lisa Healthy. She is having she's having a workshop this weekend at Edible Education at Waterford Place in Midlothian. And she's going to talk about whole new level of energy nutrition.
Oh, wow.
Which sounds kind of interesting. If you need to get in touch with her, her phone number is 804-539-3251, or you can email her at lisa@lisahealthy.com. It's going to be a great demonstration. She's doing a demonstration, so I guess it's more than a workshop. She says, could there be a remedy to help reconnect and bolster our natural energy system? She also does sleep. She's an adjunct professor at the University of Richmond. She teaches sleep. And she teaches
How does
sleep.
one teach sleep?
I don't know, you'd have to ask her, but she teaches sleep and the importance of sleep. Even though probably some of her students fall asleep in class. So I don't know if they do or not, but
Well, I'm very interested in that because it is
night.
so valuable. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. One of the things I did last night for the first time was, because I've been having trouble going to sleep, is that I looked up some sleep music, and I turned it on, and I must have fallen asleep because I don't remember it going off. So
Well, you know,
I think that helps. Doing
Yes.
that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
kind of brings down all the energy and anxiety of the day and just kind of levels out.
Well, as
It's
you
really
ladies
nice.
know, when you have children, and mine is almost 2, they're up at all hours of the
Oh,
night
yes.
for a period of time. And
Yeah.
for me, I never came back down to heavy sleeping. I'm still a light sleeper. But we had a sound machine in her room and right next to the baby monitor. And the baby monitor is right beside my head. So that soft sound would waft through our bedroom. And I found myself finally getting rest because of that.
REM sleep.
It
Yeah.
soothes
It's
you.
important to get
Yeah.
sleep, because if you don't get sleep, you can't function during the day.
No.
You need to get the rest. I mean, recently I've had to take naps in the afternoon, and sometimes when I was watching my grandkids, I took a nap when they took a nap.
That's
I slept when
wisdom.
they slept, and I didn't feel guilty about it, because it's it's rejuvenating yourself. And I think rejuvenation and recapture all comes into the same category of taking care of yourself.
And a word to all of the moms or work from home individuals. The best advice I ever got, in addition to sleep when your baby sleeps, if it's possible, don't do your chores when your child is asleep. Make that time for you. Make that a relaxing period. That might be the only time, if you work from home, that you can actually get legitimate paperwork done. So do that. But don't be busying yourself in those periods of
That's part
children's
of
rest.
loving yourself and taking care of yourself. Take a time to take a bath. Take time to go get a massage or get your nails done, or manicure or pedicure, or get your hair done. Next week I'm going to look
Exactly.
for a pair of glasses that have non-glare lenses in them, because these are glary, and that's why I've been taking them off, because I want non-glare glasses. But it's something that I want to do for myself, and to me it's not a want, it's a need. And so I will spend the money because I want to have non-glare glasses. So, and
Good for you.
there's certain things that I've put off, but I've been bringing my health back. Like I'm making sure in the morning I put my supplements out, and I put my vitamins out, and I get my shake out if I'm doing a shake. And today I fixed tuna fish for lunch, and I didn't have it on bread or anything, because I didn't have my bread. So I've been avoiding my bread, because I found when I eat bread, I get tired in the afternoon, because it's a carb.
Yeah.
And
Well, and it's so great
carbs.
you know that about yourself. Be
Yeah.
aware and listen to your body.
Listen to your body, because if you don't listen to your body, then your body's going to say, here I am, you got to take care of me, and your body will let you know. The beauty about your body is your body can heal itself. That is the beauty of being a person, is your body can heal itself. You've just got to give it time. You've got to know the right supplements to give it. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Make sure if you've hurt a part of your body, your foot, your knee, whatever, that you're icing it for a little bit. And put some ice on it, because that dissipates the free radicals in there. And take care of yourself, nurture yourself. When I did Pure Barre about 1.5 years ago, I blew my knees really bad, and I could hardly walk.
I remember
And
that.
I said, no more knees, no more of those supposedly low impact but high intensity exercises. My body can't do that.
Right.
So I'm going to do more yoga, because what's good for me might not be good for somebody else. Somebody else
Exactly.
might want to do spinning, and take those spinning exercises where they get on the bike and they just ride really fast. And
I think the point is that you can get the same results without having to hurt yourself.
right,
Yes.
right, and you just do it a different way. And
Exactly.
it's not only nurturing your body, but it's loving your body. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to release all the negativity in your life.
That is so
Release
true.
the hate, the anger, the fear. Fear closes doors. If I was afraid of doing this show, I would have never done it. So release the fear. You don't need to be fearful. Just put it in a jet and send it off. And sometimes, things from my past sometimes come up when I'm driving down the road. It's like, where'd that come from? And I just put it in a jet and send it off. We're going to do creative visualization this weekend where we're creating a big balloon and with the basket and putting all those boxes that have been bothering us for years and years in the balloon and sending it off. And that's one of the creative visualizations that we're going to do this weekend at the retreat.
That's going to be a really nice visualization.
So-
I think one of the most
Absolutely.
freeing things I ever did was do a hot air balloon.
And it
It's
just, it's
such a freeing
it's
feeling.
calmer than putting it in a jet. And it's just, to me, it's more delightful. And we're doing delightful things at our retreat. We're not
We are.
doing things
We're gonna have
that
so much
we're going to
fun.
have so much fun. And we're just doing a lot of delightful, calm, cool, calm, and collective.
Exactly.
That's
type,
good.
It's going to be very valuable information for, I think, that you could apply to recapturing your health.
Right.
But we're going to do
Right.
it in a very fun and a creative way.
Right. And who doesn't like to have fun? But loving your body is so important. Taking care of yourself, making sure you drink water, a lot of water. You know, for every pound you weigh, you got to drink half your ounce. You got to drink half your weight in ounces. So if you weigh, I like to do the easy math. 100 pounds, you got to do 50 ounces of water. You know, and stay hydrated. Hydration is so important. Taking the right nutrients, making sure you get the right nutrients. Eating whole foods. Eating whole foods is really important. The vegetables,
Absolutely.
and the fruits, and if you eat meat and shop the perimeter of the grocery store, you get out real fast when you do that.
Oh, isn't that true?
You know.
That's in my entire line is just the C around the store.
Yeah, the big C
Yeah.
around the store. You know, and sometimes I bypass the milk because I'm lactose intolerant, so I just go, shoot, if I pick up eggs, I pick up eggs. And I don't know why they put eggs with milk.
I don't. I pick
I
up part of the
never
dairy.
understood that.
Is it sad that all I think is, farmhouse? Yeah. Milk and eggs. That's always what I think.
I don't know why they've always put eggs with milk.
Part of the dairy section, I guess.
I suppose. I mean, it's not dairy, but
It's not dairy. They come from a chicken.
yes.
I don't get that.
I always think of it as
But I was
dairy.
thinking while you were speaking about the importance of eating whole foods, I was reading, now it's been months ago, and I believe a pamphlet went out in one of the local food pickups
Yeah.
that we are no longer getting from our food the same amount of nutrition that we
Oh,
used
no.
to based upon the depletion of nutrients in the soil.
Yeah.
And that's why it is even more important now than it really ever has been to make sure that we're supplementing our body properly.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't do it through just food.
No.
That's right.
Unfortunately,
Not anymore.
no.
And and Monsanto, the GMOs. I mean, look at my show from last week when we did the GMOs.
That was so amazing.
And,
Wow.
Enlightening.
the government is, and the food companies are just making it really difficult for us to stay healthy. Bottom line. You know, and I know that might be a controversial statement, but I go out and say it because people need to know. And people need to know that the Congress voted the DARK Act, the Deny the Americans the Right to Know. So companies don't have to tell us what's in their foods anymore. So try to go to farmers markets, you know, check your farmers markets. Those CSAs, which are the
Yes.
that you can sign up for. I can't remember what CSA means, but they're the farmers that you can get a portion of their food and every week. I know my friend Rhonda, who was on last week, she gets milk. She buys half part of a cow or something, and she can get
Yes.
milk that way. Yeah.
And I know people think that this is a really cost prohibitive practice, eating healthy, buying whole foods, supplementing with vitamins. I mean, there are, I guess, a couple ways to look at it. You have to prioritize your body and your health alongside your family above most every other thing that you're involved in or doing. But if you're doing it right, a lot of what you're putting in your body, you're surrounding yourself with what you're purchasing, you should be replacing other purchases. You replace the fast food that you've been buying with a quality product, a quality food to put in your body. There are so many ways that this can be affordable today.
Exactly. And if you think and eat smart, you won't get sick. So because
Yes.
when people get sick, what happens? You lose time at work. You have to go to the doctor. That's more time. Then you're on a prescription. And there's a domino effect with that. Sometimes you have to cross over into the medical world, but many times you don't.
Right.
Providing that you take care of what you are purchasing. I mean, don't go to the movies a couple times if
Right.
that's what you like to do. I look at it this way, yes. Whole food and organic food is more expensive.
Yes, it is. But the funny thing, you know, and I'm very guilty of this, when I think of all the pairs of shoes I have, I'm dressing up, I'm dressing up a body that I'm not taking care of properly. You know, it's like you're trying to disguise the fact that I haven't been taking care of my body properly
That
with
is
all
such
these
a way to
shoes
look at
and
it.
clothes and isn't that funny?
That is hilarious.
Yeah. I was thinking this has sort of become the personal philosophy in my life. And maybe it's European, or maybe it's just a product of squeezing a budget. But my family and I were becoming very minimalistic. We're finding we really don't need as many things as we have or could have to make us happy.
Yeah.
And when you pare those things down in your life, when you think about what your priorities really are, and you gear every action in your life, all the organizations that you belong to, the type of exercise that you do, whatever it is, when you gear that towards those priorities, you know, things slim down. Life
Oh,
gets
that's a great
easier and
way
stressor.
to look at it.
That's
Yeah.
just free.
And to set it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Prioritize.
priorities, and everything should support those priorities.
A
Right.
practice I started, it was before I had my daughter, when I was Miss Career Woman in my suits every day.
Yeah.
I found myself too busy with board meetings and community events and other organizations I was part of, in addition to the demands of work. I had the cell phone that you had to answer when it rang, and the emails you had to respond to when they came in. And I made a list. I said, where do I want to be? What is my end goal? What are the things that contribute to that in my life, and what are the things that don't? And I found myself crossing so many things off the list. And I went to those things that I crossed off and thought, did they bring me joy? Were they fulfilling something in my heart and my soul? And the answer was almost always no. But if it was, then it contributed to my priority. And I kept with those things. And I've maintained that, you know, as I've jumped through into this different life with my daughter and a
Right.
very different career path. So I encourage people when they're making choices or having to evaluate things, or they think, oh, I can't do that. I just can't fit one more thing. I can't fit exercise into my life. I can't fit time to cook a healthy meal into my life. Analyze what you're doing. Analyze if what you are doing contributes to those priorities, and start paring things down. Simplify.
That's a
That's
good
a
idea. The other
great
thing is what I do,
exercise.
I put it in my calendar.
Smart.
If there is something that I really have to do for myself and I've been putting it off, like exercise, put it in my calendar.
Yeah.
Because when I do it, it's there. It's right in my calendar. It's a date with me.
Yes,
So
a
you
date
have
with
to
you.
have a date with you. Create dates with you. Create times where you have, like I meditate 15 minutes every morning. That's a date with me. And then I journal maybe 10 minutes. So it's 25 minutes. But, I mean, people look on Facebook for over an hour. And I have
I'm
cut
guilty
myself
of it.
down. Me too. I have cut myself down on social media. And I'm going to even cut it down more. If I can't get it done within a 15-minute period, it's not happening.
Right.
You know, and recently I've just been putting in one Be Amazing post in the morning, and normally that's about it.
Which I love, by the way.
Why, thank you.
You are the queen of encouragement. I don't feel like my day is complete until I've seen my
Your Be
Healthy Living with
Amazing.
Marilyn. Yes, Be Amazing quote.
I think it's important to motivate people. I have the time to do that in the morning, and that's one of the things I do after I meditate, after I journal, After I do my little yoga thing, I do my Be Amazing thing. And I try to get it out there before 9 o'clock in the morning because
so thoughtful.
I think it's important. And a lot of people have gotten a lot of feel-good attitudes about it. They enjoy
It's
seeing
supporting
it.
them.
They know I'm supporting them. Like today I put invest in yourself. For you are worth it. And when you invest in yourself, that investment will be with you forever. So if you invest in your health, it will be with you forever. If you invest in the eating program you're on,
Exactly.
that will be with you forever. Because remember, wherever you go, there you are. Nothing you can do. You cannot escape yourself. There's ways to do it, but I don't want to do it. But, you can't escape yourself. Even if you try, you're still there.
Exactly.
You're still there. You can't escape it.
And when you think about how long we live now,
Yes.
we'll be in our 80s and our 90s, and we're going to have this body. This is the body that's going to be with us till for 90 years. You look at that, you really want to take care of it. Because you really want to have quality of life.
Right. I mean, I don't want to be sitting in a wheelchair when I'm 80-something.
Looking out the window at what everybody else is doing.
What everybody else is doing. They're playing golf or they're playing tennis, and here I'm sitting there. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to go out. That's why I do something for myself now every single day. Be happy. Do something happy and get rid of the negativity that you're having. Find the source of that negativity and just throw it out the window.
Yeah. I think it's so important to know your self-worth.
Yes.
To really understand and know your self-worth. Because I think if you build that, if you know your value, you love yourself, you have your self-worth, that's such a foundation to build from. Because if you know your self-worth, then you will start taking care of your body. You will start doing the exercise and spending more on the food, and because that's, you know how valuable you are.
Right. I mean, when I fix a meal at night, I'll fix a protein, I'll fix a vegetable, I'll always fix a salad, and a lot of times I'll put a starch on there. Sometimes if my husband's been eating too many baked potatoes during the week, though, I'll say, okay, we're just doing the protein, the veggie, and the salad. But you know what I tried to do tonight? I fixed rice yesterday, so we had some rice tonight, and we had peas, and I had gotten 2 slotted spoons out, and then I realized you can't use a slotted spoon with rice. It's not.
I'm sorry, it shouldn't have been that funny, but
But it was.
I'm imagining you.
I didn't do it. I looked at it, it's like, I can't use that spoon for rice. That's not going to work. So I put that spoon away. I could use it for peas.
Sure.
Yeah, but I had 2 slotted spoons, so I got them both out, People, you can't use a slotted spoon with rice.
No.
You'll lose the grains, believe me.
You've tried it, right?
No, I haven't. Nope, I didn't. I just realized
You realized
I
it
couldn't do
before
it.
you-
Your educated opinion.
That's right, that's right. I woke up and it's like, oh, I can't do that.
I was wondering, what's the most difficult meal for you ladies? Because I
To
find,
make or to eat?
well, for me, there's always one meal of the day that's just hard to do, and I think most people say it's breakfast. I know it's
You mean
lunch
hard
for
to
me.
eat?
Hard for you
Fix?
to navigate? Do you know what I mean? Can you help me here?
I think it's lunch because I'm at work.
Yeah.
I have a 8 to 5 Monday through Friday job. And, if you go to restaurants that have good quality fresh food, that's an expensive lunch.
Oh, boy.
And if you do it 5 days a week, every day of the month, that really runs into some money. So I try to think of a lunch that I can prepare and take that's going to be good and healthy and, isn't like a ham and Swiss cheese sandwich.
I love ham and Swiss cheese. I really love ham and Swiss. Mine is breakfast
Really?
because I'll not do breakfast and I'll go right to lunch. I got too much to do. That's where I'm not taking care of myself. I'll be honest with you. You have to eat breakfast. Even if it's a shake, you have to have something like a stick to your ribs type
Yes.
breakfast. Sometimes I'll fix eggs, but I have to force myself to do that. I have to force myself in the morning to fix myself
A good.
a good breakfast.
I've gotten into these. They're called gluten-free granola
Yeah.
with almond milk. That's what I always take to work because I don't feel like eating when I first get up.
My digestive system doesn't start rock and roll until 10 o'clock, so sometimes I have to force myself to eat before that.
My feet hit the floor, and I think I'd like to eat now most of the time. But that's probably because I
amazing
eat
how
lunch at the
we're
dinner
all
so
Thing that
early.
pops into your mind. huh?
You probably eat dinner early because of Lexi.
Yes, and
No?
I go all day like everyone, and I guess I eat with her, and I get hungry early, and I don't snack. So, and then that can be controversial. Some people say you should, some people say you shouldn't. I think it depends on the quality of the meal and the amount you're eating.
I think it depends on what you're eating at that particular meal.
Yes.
I mean, if you have cereal in the morning with milk or almond milk or whatever, that might not be a stick to your ribs breakfast. And if you're eating at 7 o'clock in the morning, you might be hungry by 10:30.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, you might need to get a bar or an apple. But I think if you're going to snack, you need some protein. Because just taking an apple, you need the protein, because protein helps you lose weight. When you eat protein, it helps build the muscle and turns the fat into muscle, and it helps you lose weight and trim up.
I have a true story about that.
What?
After baby, you carry a couple extra pounds. Most of that works.
Really?
Some of that works its way off.
Really?
I was one of the very fortunate, very blessed people that didn't carry a ton after her. But my difficult meal was lunch, especially as she got older. We were running around to appointments, and she was born unable to use her right arm and had terrible food allergies. So we were always at a therapist or other appointment. So again, lunch was the hard meal for me. So I was running through a drive-through, which definitely doesn't help your health.
Nope.
Yes. So
convenient though.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is. And a part of me would own a Taco Bell if
I've been there.
Yes. But that aside, I have never been a shake person, but I found that was what has worked for me, and I still do that. Half the time she'll be napping or playing, depending upon what cycle she's on, and I have a high protein shake with leucine, which helps preserve muscle and develop muscle mass. And that's what I drink at lunch. We're out the door, and actually half the time Lexi steals the shake from me, and so I have to make extra for her because she thinks it's good. But
That's
it
a
probably
great
helps her
start for
arm,
her.
though.
I bet it does. She looks like a little bodybuilder with her beefy biceps.
Yeah.
Cute baby though, but I'm biased.
She is a cute.
I'm gonna
patootie.
lose that.
I know.
But
it's okay.
I guess point of that, I did notice that I bought one of those very fancy Fitbit scales. I think it's called the Aria, and it measures your body mass along with your weight. And I found while taking the shakes, because I have been a workout junkie or a diet of some kind junkie for many, many years, trying to get the beach body that I've decided I'll never have, and I'm happy not to have. But before in my routines and the way I was eating healthy, I was losing weight, but I was also losing muscle. My body, the fat was staying. And so with the shakes, not even doing the workouts, I know, really bad, I'm improving on my body mass
By
and
just
my muscle
doing
mass.
the shakes.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So anyway,
So if
thought
you
I would
want to know
share.
about those shakes that she takes, get in touch with her. How can they get in touch with you?
Well, let's see. I'm on Facebook. My page is Authentic Wellness. You can also find me, friend me, Katie Zacherle. I'm the only one on Facebook.
And she has a business page, Authentic Wellness. So go like her business page, because she's
Thank
going to be
you.
building on that. You're welcome. I liked it. And so you can get in touch with her through that, and she can tell you this shake, which I want to know about, which turns fat into muscle. That sounds good to me. And if it tastes good, I'll love it. So, and I'm a shake person. I really
Are you
am.
really?
I'm a shake and a bar person.
I'm so impressed. I've never been one.
I lost a lot of weight several years ago eating bars.
Did you?
My kids said, "Mom, that's not nutritious." Well, they got a lot of protein. They got a lot of protein. They had 15, 20 grams of protein. I mean, it was a lot of protein. So I was losing a lot of weight. I was under stress, but I was losing a lot of weight. And then my son left to go to LA, and that's when I started putting it back on. So
Stress and
He was your
sorrow
workout
will do that.
buddy, though, right?
yes, my son was my workout buddy. There were times when we'd go to Gold's Gym, or we used to cycle. Years ago, we both took Taekwondo together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we became brown belts. We were pretty good.
Wow,
Yeah.
life aspirations, mother child. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we've done some things together, but I'm an emotional eater, and that's how I handled my emotions rather than crying.
Yeah.
I started eating things that were great. They tasted great, but they're not good for you. They're
You
just not
always
good for you.
regret those choices. It's good in the moment, and
Yeah.
yet you
So-
don't stop. At least I don't stop.
No, I was on the gerbil wheel, and I couldn't get off the wheel. So if you're on that wheel, friends, try to get off the wheel. Not try, get off the wheel. Don't use the word try. Get off that wheel. I am off that wheel now, and I'm being very mindful about what I'm eating. And if you're having problems keeping track, start journaling your food. Write down what you're eating. Write down what you're drinking. Write down how many glasses of water you drink. You'll be surprised.
It's amazing how important water is to your body.
It
Oh,
is so
yes.
important. I can't stress it enough.
Exactly. And I've had heat stroke twice, so I know how important water is.
Oh, wow.
And you think, I remember going out on a hike, and we were going to leave probably mid-morning, so I'm drinking all this water before we start on the hike. Well, it's too late by that time.
Right.
You've got to really hydrate days before.
Mm-hmm.
So, and by the end of
If
the
you're
hike,
you're going to exercise, you might want to hydrate more the night before, especially if you're getting up real early in the morning to go
That's great
exercise,
advice.
because you need to hydrate. Make sure you take water with you. You might want to take water with some trace minerals in it or something, or electrolytes, because when somebody is really heavy duty into working out and they sweat a lot, you need to replenish that, because if you don't, you're going to dehydrate yourself, and it'll happen really, really fast. So you don't want that to
Exactly.
happen.
and the other thing is iced tea isn't hydrating.
No, iced tea is a diuretic. Caffeine is a diuretic. So if you are drinking an 8-ounce cup of coffee, you have to drink 2 ounces of extra water for each ounce that you drink. So if you drink an 8-ounce cup of coffee, you have to drink 16 ounces of water on top of the amount of water you already have to drink.
And isn't it true that if your body's not getting enough water, then your organs start shutting down partially?
Yeah.
Right, so that,
They,
because
like,
it's just
dry
not
up.
getting,
And your colon, oh my goodness, your colon starts clogging up. And if you look at, a Johnny Blue, that's what your colon smells like. And it's, yeah. So if you are constipated, you need to drink more water to start pushing that matter through. It's highly important to do that. I can't
Exactly.
stress that enough.
and then all your liver that's filtrating.
Well, your liver performs 5,000 functions in a 24-hour period.
Wow.
That's your power plant. Your liver is your power plant. You need your liver.
So if it's partially shut down,
Well, the one good thing about your liver, it rejuvenates itself. It is the only organ in your body that rejuvenates itself. So if I ever got sick, I would want to get sick with my liver, because I can heal that. I can get that better.
Right.
You can heal your body. There are ways that you can do it. You might have to look them up, or give me a call, or get in touch with Katie. She has some great supplements that she would love to share with you, and some other wonderful products that she could share with you and show you. It's just so important. There's a couple other things that I wanted. Treat yourself with gentle, loving kindness. all the time and love your imperfections. We talked about that earlier. Love
That can
your
be
imperfections.
so hard to do.
It is. And we're so hard on ourselves. And I grew up in a lot of criticism, so it's taken me years and years and years to get through that. And every so often something will creep up, and it's like it goes in the jet. It totally goes in the jet because I'm not dealing with it. And so find a method to move those negative thoughts and feelings out of your sight, out of your mind.
Exactly.
You don't need them. You are a loving being that God made you, that the universe, whoever you believe in, made you, and take care of what you have. Recapture your health. We're too busy. You know, and 90% of the people that go to the doctor, and I've said this before, and the reason why they're sick, 90% of them are stress related.
Yes.
90% are stress related. It's very important to get your stress level down. Go take a yoga class. Go take several yoga classes. Go walk in the park. Find something that's going to help you out, that's going to calm your nerves, that's going to calm you down. The other thing is, I posted this on one of my Facebook pages. Don't let somebody else control your emotions. Don't let what they said to you upset you. Just don't let it happen.
And that's knowing your self-worth.
That is. It's knowing your self-worth. It's investing in yourself. If a class comes up that you want to take, and you know, for people who really want to take a class or who really want to go to a retreat, they will find a way to get there, and they will find the funds to afford it. And they will find the way to invest in themselves. So invest in yourself. So you, right? Right,
And I
Katie?
wanted to say it's so important if you're married or in a committed relationship that your spouse, your partner, they need to get on board. They need
you're
to support
absolutely
you.
right.
They need to support you. Exactly.
You're right. They need to support you.
Because it's wonderful when we know for ourselves what we need, what we want, and we have to make sure we bring them along and help them understand why we need or why that's important.
Why is that important for us? Right.
So spouses out there who aren't being supportive, change your tune.
That's right. Change your tune. Support your spouse. Like my husband, he supports me here. He's my audio guy. You know, I couldn't do this without him, and it's great. It's great. He fixes the whole den for me. This doesn't look like this on a normal day. You know, I don't have my banner up. I don't have this coffee table here. I mean, this is all what we have set up. He made this coffee table for me, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It looks really
did
good.
A great job.
Didn't he do a great job?
A+.
Yeah.
It's the perfect size.
It
is. It really is the perfect size. And one day out of the blue, he made it. I made this coffee table. It's like, oh, really? Okay. So it's nice to have the support of the spouse or of your children or your grandchildren. Like Judy, okay, I haven't done this. Today, I really feel special about Judy being here. Today's Judy's birthday, and happy birthday, Judy.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Really,
you.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Because Judy's
I'm
spending
glad you're
time,
here. I know she is.
Yeah, and Judy's spending her time with us tonight, where she could have been out hooping and hollering with some of your friends, you know. But yet she's spending time with us tonight, and I just feel really blessed that.
I'm in good company. This is where I wanted to spend my birthday.
Well, I just
Awesome.
think I'm very touched. Really, that's really nice. So, but yeah. So happy birthday, Judy. We're going to have a good time this weekend. And, you know, if you want to come to our retreat, if you are ready to recapture your health, if you are ready to create an amazing you and be amazing and find ways to love yourself, if you're having a difficult time with that, because some people are.
Right.
I've had a time with that before. I mean, we all
Exactly.
have. I think every
Yes.
single one of us. But if you stay on that motion and stay in that forward motion, Throw fear out the window. Throw worry out the window. All those negative things, which you don't need in the first place. And love yourself. Just get in touch with us, because we're here and we have a couple extra spots that we can get you in, and it's going to be a great weekend. And if you want to learn some new yoga poses, which we're working on, it's going to be great. It's going to be really a wonderful, wonderful weekend for everybody. So, but treat yourself kindly. Love yourself. I can't stress that. It's like
Exactly.
you have to.
You have to
just
learn
have
to be able to reach out and let people know how they can support you. Like you were
Yes.
saying, spouses getting on board and being able to let them know what you need.
And the other thing is letting people know your boundaries. That is
yes.
part of recapturing your health.
Exactly. I
You
totally
have to let
agree.
people know your boundaries without saying, well, this is my boundary. If you can't do something and somebody wants you to do it, just say, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Don't be a people pleaser.
Yes.
You know, my husband said to me a long time ago, he says, Marilyn, there are pins and there are pin cushions, and you are not a pin. And it was a nice way of saying, in my opinion, it was a nice way of saying, you people please. You don't need to people please anybody.
That
It's
is
either
such a great
yes,
analogy.
thank you, or no, thank you.
That's right. Don't people please. Don't say things that your friends want you to say. Don't do it.
Because you do it at your detriment.
That's right. And what's the takeaway from that? You don't get anything from that.
Exactly.
You know. So don't people please.
And
Throw
that's
that out
actually
the window.
we're going to be exploring the emotional masks that we wear, and that's one of the masks we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Just people pleasing.
I'm sure that's a huge difficulty for probably most people in the audience. I have a definition servant heart. I'm never happier than when you've asked me to do something and I can do it for you. So that has been a real struggle for me to realize that when you tell someone yes within this time frame, this is my boundary, or I'll talk to you, but I can't talk after this time, or I can't commit on this weekend. Kind of establishing the fact that you're busy or you have self-respect enough to set a boundary for yourself, I believe causes whoever you're talking to or working with to respect you more.
Right.
And that goes a long way.
Very good point.
Learn to say no. Bottom
Exactly.
line, learn to say no. It's so important. It's important for your health. It's important for your family. It's important for your sanity.
It's important for your business. It's important for
It's
anything
important
you do.
for anything that you come in contact with. Right, your business and everything. So tell us how they can get in touch with you one more time, because
All
we're
right.
almost done.
Well, thank you so much for having me,
Oh,
first of
it's
all.
been such a pleasure. It's been a great time. It really has.
Oh, thank you again. Well, I'm Katie Zacherle. You can find me on Facebook as Katie Zacherle, or Preferred Authentic Wellness. That's my Facebook page. You can message me there, follow me there. It's a work in progress. That's one of my priorities and things I want to work on for myself, is getting better at utilizing social media for my business.
And if you're a friend on Facebook with me, you can find Katie on my friends list.
Yes. And kzacherle@gmail.com.
kzacherle@gmail.com. How do you spell your last name, Katie?
Zacherle. Doesn't look anything like it sounds,
No.
does it?
No.
No.
I'm never offended when someone can't say it, because I refused to say my husband's name for at least 2 weeks. When we first met. So
I want to thank everybody for joining us today with Healthy Living with Marilyn. I want to thank Judy for being here. Josie will be back next week. She is out promoting her Damsel in Defense and her Soul Purpose, and I hope
So
that she's
cool.
having a great evening. But she'll be back next week, so if you have any questions about Damsel in Defense and Soul Purpose, you can talk to her about that next week. I think we're going to do something about Damsel in Defense. We're going to do some
Great.
type of, she doesn't know this yet, but we're going to do something. So.
That will be a
So-
good show. Yeah.
I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week. We love you. Change your life today. And we will talk to you soon. And remember, love yourself. Bye-bye now.
bye. This was so fun.